everyone, my name is Jenny Woolsey and this month is Craniofacial Acceptance Month. Recently I've been talking to you about staring and I gave you some tips to deal with staring. Well, the next few videos I want to talk about when people make comments to you. Staring is one thing, but when people point and make a derogatory comment, or you're a child and someone points at you and says you're ugly, or that you've got big eyes, or you're called googly eyes, or all manner of names, it's really hard to deal with. So I thought it was important to spend some time talking about comments. Now, I don't want you to think too much about the comments that have been said to you, or if you're a carer, that have been said to your child, because I know they hit the heart. They hurt. I've obviously experienced both ways. Growing up with the craniofacial syndrome, I was the victim of daily comments. Then, when I had my two children who also have my craniofacial syndrome, I watched them have to cope with the comments that I had to put up with growing up. In that time span, not a lot really had changed. And I guess part of that is society's obsession with faces and beauty. Part of that is because facial differences are more rare than other disabilities. And some of that is because some people are just downright mean and bullies. I recall very vividly a story from probably when I was around 7, 8, I'm not sure, but I was old enough to really remember this. My mum had taken me into the city to see my plastic surgeon. And when we went into the city, we would always go shopping because our small town didn't have any of the big department stores. They were all in the city. So it was part of going into town to see one of my doctors, we would always go into one of the big department stores. And there were escalators, which I loved because we didn't have escalators in my town. So I'd love riding the escalators. Well, this particular day, we were on one of the floors and we needed to go up to the next floor. Maybe Mum was going to buy me some new clothes. I was always excited about that when she did. And I recall, almost like it was yesterday, there was this group of boys. I can't recall exactly how many, but I know there was a group of boys. They were teenagers in that department store. Mum and I were just minding our own business, walking to get to the escalator. Now, this group of teenage boys saw me. And they started. They were pointing at me, they were laughing at me, they were making comments about my face. Horrible, horrible, horrible comments. Enough for me to be traumatized to remember the story today. Now, my mum, who wanted to protect me, and also I imagine was horrified by the horrific things they were saying, grabbed my arm and pulled me up the escalator as fast as she could, almost like I had my arm pulled out of my socket. Up the escalator. I'm sure we triple stepped some of the steps to get away from this group of boys. Now, I have also a story from a mother's perspective. When Melissa, my daughter, was 4 or 5, we went to a shop to buy, just to buy a variety of things. I was looking at books and knickknacks and just a general store. We chose what we wanted to buy. We were at the checkout. It was just Melissa and I. My husband was with Nick outside waiting. And a couple and their daughter came to stand behind us at the checkout, as people do. Now, the girl, who was probably 6 or 7-ish, saw Melissa. Now, Melissa's just standing there minding her own business, standing with Mum. And this girl points at Melissa and goes, "What's wrong with her face? She's got such big eyes." And of course, I froze because it was like, what do I do? And I was going to turn around and say something to the girl. But then her father steps in and says, "Don't say that. That is really rude." I thought, okay, fair enough. But then her mother says, "Why can't she say that? It's the truth. She's not making it up." Oh my goodness. Can you imagine how I felt by this time? The parents were having an argument over whether their daughter should have said that Melissa had big eyes and what was wrong with her face. Now, I had never struck this situation before. I had no idea what to do. My heart was racing. I was beginning to have a panic attack. What do I do? What do I do? There, and they carried on. Didn't stop there. Dad continued. That was rude. I'm saying, well, it's the truth. She does. And that's Melissa standing there, hearing this. And I must admit, my mother instinct took over. I just wanted to protect her. I didn't want to engage with this couple. I just wanted to protect my daughter. So I ushered her out a bit further from the checkout. So she was away from the people. And as soon as I had my goods, we got out of there. So based on those two experiences, I think my first tip for comments is sometimes you just need to get out of there and ignore the comments. Part of us wants to address the people, part of us wants to go off at the people and get angry at them for their rudeness. But I think for our sanity, sometimes we just need to take a deep breath, ignore, leave. All right, tomorrow I will have another tip to deal with comments. My name is Jenny Woolsey. I'm an author, speaker, teacher, and artist, and I have the motto, be weirdly wonderful, embrace your disability and differences. If you are liking my videos for Craniofacial Acceptance Month, please like, share, and comment, and I will see you tomorrow.